podcast.
Hello and welcome to podcast. You're watching PMC English. I'm Idris and with me is
Ayushi, and in this episode we'll be again in conversation with Mr. Veda Vyas.
a very warm welcome to our studio. We will begin with one quote that is, a friend in need is a friend indeed. So do you really agree with this point?
What is there not to agree?
Lovely. So could you please explain us what is an ideal friendship like?
I think that's your expertise.
Is it?
You have lots of friends, right?
Not lots, yeah. I would say not lots.
Good number of friends.
But I would say like friendship for me is a different concept. So I treat everybody as my friend, be it my enemy or be it my close friends. I treat everybody equal. Everybody is my friend. I see a bigger picture.
Good.
Right.
So you know what is friendship.
Yes, of course.
So what is friendship?
For me, it is compassion. Simple.
Good. Without compassion, there is no friendship. Right?
Yes.
Good. That's perfect.
Do you have to add anything in this?
There are so many different aspects to friendship. For each person, it is different. See, the advantage of friendship is you can't choose your parents. You can't choose your children. You can't choose your relatives. Only choice you have is friends. Real choice.
Right.
You can choose your partner to a certain extent, depending upon how you are choosing. But friends are something that you choose.
There's freedom.
A lot of freedom.
A lot of freedom. Yes.
Right? Different people have friends for different reasons.
Right.
And we have friends for different reasons.
Right.
Right? Some friends because they give us emotional support, some friends because they are very good at partying,
Right.
some friends because they help us in certain way,
Right.
some friends, there is an agenda with every friend,
Correct.
you know. So if we accept that there is an agenda with every friend, they are friends for a reason, so there is a lot of benefit.
Right.
But if we don't accept this, we are just friends for sake of friends, then what happens is there is a confusion. So there is again the trust issue that we spoke about, there's a betrayal, all these things, spoiling of friendship happens. So when we accept why we are friends with certain people and what are we getting and what are we giving, there is a mutual giving and getting could be materialistic, it could be social status, it could be emotional support, or it could be financial reasons. It could be n number of things, but the moment we accept what it is really, then the friendship is amazing.
Right.
There is no misunderstanding. Then that's a good friendship.
Right. Really appreciate the way you explained it. It's very clear and crystal clear, I would say, rather than not just clear, crystal clear. Ayushi has certain doubts. She is going to discuss some micro issues wherein she'll give practical examples. Yeah. So please go ahead, Ayushi. Your turn.
So, like for me, friendship means a lot because I keep it on the toppest priority because I give my everything for that friendship because that is how I take friendships as. But at certain point when it doesn't work well, it's again affecting me. Yeah. So how do we deal with that?
You said something about putting friendships on the top. Check. Why is it so important to put them at the top?
Because that person means a lot to me.
What happens if the person doesn't mean that lot to you?
The same thing that we discussed earlier.
Yes. So what's happening there?
I'll be left alone.
If it's okay to be alone,
it's fine.
so is the problem solved?
Not really, but when it comes to a practical thing.
No, apply it. Come to the practical thing and apply this. It's okay to be alone and see what's happening.
No, I'm just talking about the scenarios where I would require to apply this. It doesn't happen that.
Then what's happening there? Tell me. Observe. Put in that scenario, apply this, and what changed, what didn't.
It's still affecting me.
What is it affecting you?
The things that I've done for that person.
What is the emotion?
Little sadness.
Okay. What's making you sad? About yourself, not about that other person.
Because all this time, I have kept all the other things aside and I've just given more importance to that particular thing or to that particular relationship. So that is what is making me sad.
What about it is making you sad?
These all factors.
But why should they make you sad?
Because I have given everything for that.
Why did you give away everything?
Because that person means to me a lot.
Why? What if that person doesn't mean a lot?
Maybe I would have been in a different chapter altogether.
Yeah. Allow yourself to experience the different chapter now. Can you allow yourself?
Yeah.
Allow yourself. Give yourself permission to be different. What changed?
It feels that I am stronger as an individual too, without them in my life. I can do a lot of better things if they are not around me too. I can grow. It is not that I need a support of certain relationship to go further in life.
Good. Now open your eyes. How are you feeling?
Better.
Right? Sometimes at certain point of time they were needed to take a greater role. But after a certain while we have changed, we have evolved. We don't need that. We can grow much better. So relationship with friends, you have freedom to reset it. Unlike with your parents or kids, or there it's a commitment for life sort of thing. Friends, you have this freedom. You can always allow yourself to be different. That space is there. Just recognize you have that freedom. So now that you have realized and shifted that, now check back in that relationship and see how will it be different from now.
When I closed my eyes, that is the one factor that I actually felt inside, that it's okay if they are not in my life, because it was like something is, dragging me towards this relationship, because I would just want to hold on to that relationship because I want that support, or I want that emotional kind of support from them, and that is the reason maybe I was so attached to them. So that feeling was actually dragging me. Right. And when I just let go of that thing, that I can evolve with or without people around me, that is what is making me stronger.
Yes. Now, if you are strong, what will that relationship look like?
Like it won't bother me much.
That's obvious, but what will that relationship look like? How will it evolve in future?
Maybe on the same context, but a different emotion.
So relationships are not going away, the person will not go away. You will just have a more healthy relationship. The unhealthy part is gone now.
Yeah.
Right? That's it. So when we are with friends, we have this choice to reset the relationship and change the relationship and want different things. Sometimes the relationship evolves into a better relationship because of this change. Sometimes the relationship will not be relevant. And either way it is fine. Because the whole point of having relationship is for our benefit. If that is not happening, there is no point in that relationship. Even if there is amazing potential, it is locked away. You can't realize that potential. Even if it is suffocating, you are stuck with that suffocation instead of letting it go.
Okay.
The moment you give yourself freedom, then the relationship evolves. The same thing can be applied to rest of our relationship, even life partner, parents and children. If we allow ourselves to be different, the relationship improves a lot. It's as simple as that.
Right. From here, a few things are running in my mind, and I would really love to express those. Okay. At times, when we are friends with people, we set certain expectations, and for some time, they meet our expectations, we meet their expectations, and things go smooth. And once the expectation we set, they don't meet, so it bothers us. How do we handle such situations?
Very simple. You have an opinion about your friends, that they are supposed to be like this, and you have expressed to them. Initially, they are interested in finding out where this relationship goes. They find something attractive in that relationship, something beneficial in that, they find fun or something. So they try to adapt. Let's see if we adapt, what else can happen. So you are also doing the same thing to that person. You are trying to adapt. Oh, they want this. Let me try, see how fun it will be. But you are not that person, that you are being there.
Maybe those are assumptions.
No. It's conformity. You want to conform to the expectations of the society. You want to be liked by your friends. So you try to adapt. If this friend likes this, I'll try to be this, so that they'll like me more. Right? So you can adapt, but the point is, at what cost? Initially it is fun to adapt and you enjoy it. After a while it becomes tedious. Then it becomes unbearable. I'm not this. When you come to that point, you'll stop conforming. It becomes too much.
Right.
Then the whole relationship was built on those opinions. That person might not really value that opinion themselves. The person might be adapting to your or someone else's opinion. So everybody is trying to adapt to everybody and everybody is struggling.
Okay. Got it.
Okay? This is also called abelian effect in psychology, where there is a boardroom meeting is happening. There is a chairman and all the executives are there. Everybody wants to be liked because their promotion depends on being liked. So everybody expresses things that they think other person would appreciate rather than looking at the reality of the situation. So they completely miss the reality. Everybody knows the reality, but nobody wants to speak the reality.
Truth is bitter.
It's not that truth is bitter, because the agenda there is to get appreciated. The moment you speak truth, if it's not appreciated, then you risk losing a lot. So in leadership, to avoid abelian effect, what they say is, allow people to be critical. Appreciate people who are critical. Appreciate people who are straightforward and speaking their mind. When you appreciate that and you say things as they are and they are appreciated, then people will want to be appreciated by speaking the truth instead of just for sake of appreciation. And that can make huge difference to the companies. Okay? But on a lesser scale, in the friendships, the same effect is happening. Because what is the basis that we want the relationship and friendship to be? Do we want it because we want fun and appreciation? Or do you want it to be basis of truth? If it is fun and appreciation, it is a temporary fleeting thing. You can't always adapt. And accept that this is a temporary relationship. I'll only adapt for a certain time. They'll only adapt for the... It is a fake relationship. It's only for fun. We are all acting, role playing. And this is not reality. This is a fantasy. So accept that this is a fantasy relationships and I'm okay with these people are not who they are acting out to be. So when you accept what's happening, that expectation is gone. And the moment the expectation is gone, you see people for who they are. And now check, do you really like that person? And the relationship that builds from that point is the real relationship.
Wonderfully explained. Very true. Ayushi, you have some more questions, I think?
The things that I wanted to clear, it got clarified in the first question itself, because that is one of the factors that we usually face in life when it comes to friendships.
Right.
So there is also one factor which comes up in friendship is that assumptions that I was talking about, that maybe that person is this or maybe that person is that. Usually what a person tends to be is that they come up in their assumption world, that maybe they are doing so and so thing or they are doing so and so thing. They're not able to trust fully to that person. So why is that so, and how can we actually deal with this?
Actually, so there is a scale of personalities in people. Some people are straightforward. Some people are very adaptive. It means that some people act who and what they feel is right now. Okay? And some people act based on what they see others' expectations are. Okay? There are other people in both kinds who act on the surface level. Surface level, I am feeling angry, so I'll be angry. So, it's on the surface level, there is no depth. It's a fleeting thing. Anger will be there, next moment it won't be there. So, they are very confusing. Even the adaptation person will see, now this person wants happiness, I'll give you happiness. Now this person wants fun, I'll give you fun. Now this person is sad, I'll be sad. Now the other person is confused. What is this person doing? Doesn't he have his own personality? But if you go deeper in both the personalities, if a person is anchored and grounded well in either case, then what happens is the person, their emotions are much more grounded. So even if they are speaking truth about the right now and then, it will be very compassionate and it will be relevant to the situation and people will feel safe and comfortable around them. The same thing with the adaptive person. If the adaptive person also, who adapts, is grounded in their own reality, I can act like this, but this is who I am. If they are aware of who they are and are grounded in that and they have understand to what extent, when and how much they need to adapt, then that's also a very safe place to be. What is unsafe is whether they are speaking truth or they are speaking adaptive, they are acting out. Both are true and necessary. We all are having some part of this and some part of that. But if it is fleeting, it's not anchored properly in their own personality, then everything about them is fake. Everything about it is fantasy. You can't develop a deeper relationship with such people. And when you see a person, if you are not afraid of being lonely or some other constraint, the fear is not much, is not getting triggered, then you will be able to see, is that personality anchored in reality or not? Can you see that? We can all see that, right? Then we know what is the relationship possible there. So it's not about people acting out. Fantasy is also okay. And being truthful to the emotion right now that you are feeling is also okay. But is it grounded in your own personality, of your own reality? Having both is also okay. Some people might feel that if a person is acting out based on others' relations, other people's expectations, then that person is not true to themselves. That's not true. They are being compassionate. Whereas, it's also true in case they are not grounded. Now they are only doing to please other people. Then they are fake. So a real friendship, or you can have different levels of friendship with different people. Know the context. If you want deep, trusting, long-lasting bonds, then you need to develop with someone who is grounded in reality. If they are not grounded in the reality, then that friendship is temporary and fleeting. And that also is okay, because you have freedom to all kinds of friends. But just know that this is a fantasy friendship and what is a real friendship.
In the beginning, when we started this episode, we said, like, I would say not directly or indirectly, but in a way, what we talked about is give and take, emotional support, any other things which come into the in the perspective of friendship. Do you think, is it okay to have a friendship wherein there is give and take? It could be anything like financial, physical, emotional, or just, fun.
There is
part or the
always
party.
give and take.
So is it okay?
There is always give and take. You can't have one-sided things. The point is, someone might be giving emotional support, other person might be giving financial support. So they are giving something else and getting something else, and they are okay with it. And somewhere they want fun and create that lightness energy, so they want a fleeting relationship. And that's also fine. Sometimes you need it. Sometimes you want it to be just fun. You don't want the deeper issues. You don't want to deal with other person's personalities and create that trust and bond. Oh, that's too much. I don't want that right now. I'm not in the mood for that. I just want fun. And that's fine. But don't get obsessed with one kind. So even in that case, you are wanting fun, so you are getting fun, and they are getting something out of it. They might also want same fun or something else. You don't know what they are getting, but only when both of you are getting something out of it, you are both happy. But after some time, if you are not getting what you want, your needs have changed, and you are not getting anything, and still you are stuck in that relationship, then you are both sad. That is the abelian effect.
Right. Rightly said. And now my another question. I know it's very difficult to understand a person. Like a person can change, modify himself, improve, or maybe, he can be bad at times. How do we choose the right friends? Is there any criteria wherein we can, choose the...
We have a tendency to appreciate certain things, and we have our needs, and based on that needs, friends happen to you.
We can put this question in another way, is that how do we actually deal or handle with the mood swings that friends usually go through, the drastic changes that we see in them. At a moment they are very good to us, and at the next moment they are little rude to us. So how do we actually handle all of these emotions which are related to it?
When handling emotions of friends, if you see wide mood swings or something that it's difficult to tolerate, check the amount of pain they are causing. So why are you experiencing this pain? That might be exactly the reason that person is in your life, to give you that experience of that pain. And if you check, and the same experience is happening with many other people, then that is your karmic experience. You need to learn something from it, accept it. And then once the moment you accept it, accept the experience, you'll grow out of it. Okay? Whereas, if it is only happening in that relationship and no other relationship, and it is too painful, then also you have choice whether to accept it and learn to grow, or if it is not, if there are too many other pains and this is not a priority, then you are stuck with it meaninglessly.
So do you mean to say it's okay to cut the friendship off when it is required?
No, I've said in friendship, it's not like cut or go and no go is not there. You are a friend or not friend, that means you have some trust issues. So what's the way? You can tone down that relationship, tone up that relationship. But if the person is like very sticky and it's become, they need therapy, and instead they are sticking with you, leeching your energy, then that might be required. There are possibilities. But usually most of the friends that doesn't happen. So then you can tone down that relationship, the amount of time you spend with them, the kind of communication that happens, everything can change. You have that freedom. Allow yourself that freedom. That's what friendship is all about. You have the freedom to reset the boundaries.
Right. Wonderfully explained. But before we close this episode, one last question. Yeah, it's a small question, but so our peace of mind and the friendship, what is more important? Or a bad friendship, I would say. What can be more important?
Do you like challenge or do you like to be peaceful? That makes a difference. You have to choose. Nobody else can choose for you. If you want a challenged and really interesting experience, choose a challenge. If you want peace of mind, choose peace of mind. That's a personal choice. There's nothing right or wrong. Based on your path and how much time you can spend on growing using that experience, you have to make a choice. It's a judgment call.
Wonderfully explained. Pretty nice answer. And dear viewers, I hope you liked this session. It was a pleasure having Mr. Veda Vyas on this program. And I hope Ayushi's doubts are clear about the things which she had in her mind. And a very big thank you for giving us insights on this topic. We will be back with another episode. Thank you so much. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe this video.
So do not forget to visit our website www.pmcenglish.com and stay tuned to PMC English for more updates.
Thank you.